Welcome everyone to Using Learning Paths for Purposeful Professional Development. My name is Debbie DeBacco. I'm the moderator for today's session, along with your presenters, Michael Mangone and Derek Sargent. We appreciate you joining us for this Using Learning Paths for Purposeful Professional Development session. Our intent is to provide you with information you will find beneficial to your school or district. To allow you to make the most out of your session today, I'd like to give you a quick tour of the Zoom webinar control panel. The panel will look like the one on your screen. Your microphone will be muted, but we want you to feel free to raise your hand or ask a question in the chat or Q&A panel during the presentation. I will monitor both areas to alert our presenters and make them aware of any questions that come in. And now I hand the presentation over to Mike and Derek.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Derek Sargent. I'm a learning consultant for CypherWorx. I joined in June of 2022 and have been working with school districts and after-school programs in California to assist them in developing professional development training for teachers, students, paraprofessionals, alumni, and the community as a whole.
Thanks, Derek. My name is Michael Mangone. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. My background is 30 years of sales consulting. I'm actually a learning consultant with CypherWorx, and I've been with the organization about 1.5 years. And my focus has been primarily after school and also school districts throughout the United States. So today, what we're going to be covering is learning paths. So what is a learning path? A learning path is a selection of courses, discussions, resources, third-party training, provider and or live trainings tied together for learners to progress through mastering a certain subject, credential, certificate, or program. It allows you to enroll multiple users in multiple learning activities at once, saving you valuable time. It is an incredibly simple yet highly powerful method to ensure that all of the tasks within a path are completed. So why use learning paths? There's a few reasons. And the first one I want to go over is that it actually creates a more structured training program. Commonly, learning paths are used to add structure to training programs when rolling out training to your learners. They give you the ability to control both the order in which courses get assigned and the time frame in which the courses become available. Secondly, it saves admin time. From your point of view as an admin, it's normal for learning paths to be set up well in advance of learners being enrolled to condense administration time. Then, once you set the learner off on the path, you're largely self-sufficient. Your learner finishes one course, and then they're automatically added to the next. There's no additional work needed from you. Third, it drives learners to a goal. From the learner's perspective, a learning path ensures that they are working towards an overall goal. It keeps them on track and engaged with your course content. The learning path sequence allows learners to focus on the goal that they are currently working on without being overwhelmed. The course that they're currently completing is one on their dashboard within a broader program. And lastly, why use a learning path? It can actually provide for a variety of learning tasks, from completing courses to adding third-party course completions to your learning content management system. What types of learning paths are used in childcare settings? There's quite a few. One is for new employee orientation. Secondly, site director leadership, job success, teacher training, Child Development Associate Credential. So what I would like to do now actually is show you how to create a learning path and show you examples of a couple of the learning paths. So
And Mike, before I give up my share, we did have a question that came in, and it says, your website advertises classes for early childhood educators. And the question is, how are you accredited? And Steve, you're on, correct?
Yes, I'll jump in and just say this is done through the Council on Professional Recognition.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Well, let me share my screen. So what you're going to be seeing, this is our learning content management system. It's called Collaboration. And the example that we have up, this is for the Goddard School. It's one of our clients. And the way to create a learning path, create new. And then you're brought to create a new learning path. You put in a title. So we're going to do CDA certification. We're going to put in a description. And you can also have the default image showing, or you can actually select one of these. So we're going to select school age. You can actually issue a certificate as well, or you don't have to. And then also the completion type. So the employee will have to complete the learning path either in order or any order. And then you can also set a deadline as well. And we're going to hit save. So what you're doing now is you're actually adding the step to the learning path. And with this, I will show you how we populate it. We'll just call it CDA step 1. Please complete. Following steps. And each step has a limit of 50 items. And then we're going to hit save. And right now, must complete all items in a step. So you can actually add courses here. You can actually add resources. You can add events as well. So whatever you think is necessary to create that learning path, you can have that in here. So as you can see now, step has been created. And you can also put in allow previously completed information. And this is for item 2. And then you can keep on adding steps. What I would like to show you now is actually one of the sample courses. So these are a couple learning paths that the Goddard School is currently using. So we're going to go into career readiness so you can see what it looks like. We're just going to hit edit. And as you can see, it's going to give you the overview. It's going to give you a description. And then it actually goes into the steps. So step 1 is career planning. So they have to take all the following career planning courses and they have to complete them to move on to the next step. So here we have 4 courses in step 1. Step 2, we have 3 courses, and etc. And it keeps on going. So with learning paths, you can actually assign them, or you can actually clone it if it's actually a reoccurring learning path. So the nice thing is with this, let's just say if you bring on new employees, you can actually create a new employee orientation learning path that will be automatically assigned to those employees, or you can actually assign the learning path to the employee. And that is an overview of the actual learning path. What I would like to do now is actually go into the reporting. And I'm going to stop sharing. Reporting. So our reporting structure allows you to view detailed reports on learning path completions, create custom reports, and send created reports to other leaders within your organization. Detailed options within reporting allow the following. Navigation allows you to switch between different reporting groups. It shows you the overview, all learners, e-learning, events, resources, additional training, assessments, and learning paths. For the reporting scope, you can actually narrow down the reporting options based on reporting groups, training types. So as I stated before, you can have live events, e-learning courses, learning paths, assessments, surveys, and resources, discussion boards, and classrooms. And then you can actually search by the date range. You can set a date range to display results in the reporting area. You can actually search. Basically, you type in anything to search for all fields, including user accounts, courses, events, resources, and additional training. And lastly, reporting groups. You actually have the ability to filter the reporting groups and classrooms to display in reporting. I would now like to turn the presentation over to Derek.
Thanks, Michael. Let me start off by talking about notifications. Detailed notification backend allows you to set up various methods to notify learners of deadlines and completion information. Managers can also receive notifications of who has or haven't completed training. Some ways you can utilize notification to support your program include messaging. Send a message, any type of message you would like to send to your learners, so you can message, so your message can appear as a push notification both on mobile devices and on desktops. You can add a link. Administrators have the option to add a link where if their learners click on the notification, it will take them to that particular page. This is a quick way to take your learners to exactly where they want to go, such as a course page or a description topic. You must verify the link first to ensure it goes to the proper address, because the message is sent to cannot be undone. When you can set up a time, for example, 2 p.m., 5 p.m. You can either send notifications immediately or set it up in the scheduled date to be delivered. You can also send to. You can select whom to send the notification to. You can send it to everyone, only the administrators, select the learners, or the entire reporting group or classrooms.
Great, thanks, Derek. So what I would like to cover now is actually the content that our organization can actually provide to you. So what you see right now, you see up tech certification, professional development, HR compliance, CDA and childcare, and GED. So these are just some of the additional catalogs that we actually offer to our clients. But what we're talking about today is the after school service. So what I would like to do is share my screen and actually show you the catalog for the after school program. So there's literally hundreds of courses in here, and it's broken down by program operations, safety and health, youth development, and the list goes on. The important thing about the catalog, just to let you know, is that there's actually 36 two-hour courses that are approved for credit that we're currently offering for after school. So as you can see, it goes on, and then actually in the catalog, it's going to give you an overview of the actual description of the course. And as you can see, it goes on. And what we can do is actually, if you're interested in getting this catalog, we can definitely send it out to you at the end of the presentation. So I'm going to turn this back over to Derek.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Let's go into the quality content. CypherWorx is an IASSET accredited provider. The IASSET accredited provider status means that we adhere to the IASSET International Recognition, ANSI, IASSET standard for continuing education and training. Only accredited providers who have approved or have approval from the IASSET Commission can award IASSET continuing education. And more on quality content. Our courses include scenario-based learning and interactive elements to engage active learning. I'd like to show you a job success course to kind of walk you through how it looks. Okay, can everybody see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to walk you through this, the introduction. So as you're going through, we offer, you kind of learn at your own pace. You can learn on any device. So everything's accessible from an iPhone to an iPad to your actual computer. So we'll start off by doing the introduction.
So Derek,
Yep.
there's a part on the oh my goodness, where you needed to set it up before you shared your screen, just so that we could hear sound.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Hope we can alter this. Debbie, where was it again under this?
So stop sharing the screen, and then when you share it again on the lower left-hand corner, it says share sound.
Lower left-hand corner. Left-hand corner. I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So most of our courses actually have audio built in. So that way, if an employee or user has, let's just say, bad eyesight and they have a hard time reading, they can actually listen to the audio of the course.
Okay, I just got it. Sorry about that. So I'll start off with the introduction and kind of walk you through. So you can see that.
Welcome to Job Success. In this course, you will learn some tips and strategies for succeeding in your job, whatever it might be. You will learn how to get the most out of your employment as well as how to better contribute as an employee. You will also learn to recognize the importance of workplace communication skills and their development.
So as you can see, you can kind of walk through and I'll continue. So the best thing about it is you can learn at your own pace. We have forced navigation. You can see the different steps that we have in with each training course that we have. More forced navigation. And then when you walk through this, you can see, kind of doing your job, walking through. It gives a little summary of each one. You can walk through the whole presentation. So with that forced navigation, it makes them kind of learn and understand exactly each training module that we offer. So you can kind of walk through the whole thing and take a look, finding a mentor, walking through this is for job success. And just continue to go. This is very interactive, so it makes you stay within the thing. A lot of video. You can walk through the, you can play the videos back like we did in the beginning. And then as you walk through the presentation, you can look through the whole bottom and you can find out that once you're done, you can do a final quiz. You can always go back. So the nice thing, if it's a live presentation, any kind of training that you guys have, you want to go back or take the training again, you can do it on any device. And then what you do is once you pass, you'll get a certificate and that can be awarded to, that'll be on your transcript. Now we'll go into the quality content. Our courses include scenario-based learning and interactive elements to engage active learning. And just like I showed the content, our courses include multiple exams, knowledge checks, and other assessments to assess the learner's competency in the course content they just completed. Exams are created and maintained by our subject matter expert and an instructional design team to test learner competency of course objectives. Many courses include tables that match each test question to the content it covers to give learners the opportunity to review any content that they haven't mastered. Most courses include learner reflection boxes, as we showed, for learners to record and review their reflections. What else can you do with the CypherWorx learning content management system? So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of titles that are here. The first one is custom-based LMS, so we can set that up with your colors and your logo, so it's personalized for your business and your school district. You can create your own course tools. So the great thing about that is you can make it interactive. You can set it up exactly how you want in minutes, and it just makes it, it's very interactive, and it's kind of the way you want to do. So you can create that. It's very easy to use. We go into reporting. Reporting is a big one. So you can actually take a look at where you are as a current status, how many trainings you've actually done, what you have assigned, and it just gives you a snapshot and the credentials to know exactly where you're at and what training needs to be done. You can set up Learning Pass. Learning Pass is a great way for onboarding new employee orientation or new student, paraprofessional. It could be a teacher, whatever it might be, and that'll help you in the learning path and setting them up with the training that they need to get them on board a little bit quicker and how to better maintain their students. Our learning content management system provides many other features that support your professional development programs, and this is just a handful of what we do. The last thing is just our contact information. The one thing we like to do is thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to attend our webinar today. My name again is Derek Sargent. Here's my contact information. Michael Mangone, his contact information. Any questions that come? Thanks again for attending.